Is Louis Vuitton making a terrible mistake by discontinuing all of their canvas products? So, there is a rumour that has been going around for a while now that Louis Vuitton is making moves to discontinue their famous, iconic, coated canvas products in the monogram, damier ebene, damier azure. I don't know who, where, when, why, how this rumour came about, but in today's video I shall be looking into it, doing a little bit of a deep dive. Do I think this is ridiculous? Do I think that this is real and something that we need to be worried about? I'm going to just be talking about Louis Vuitton's place in luxury fashion, the history behind their canvas and coated canvas, and the part that that plays in their wider sort of strategy, their focus on leather goods, and then my general sort of conclusion at the end. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the position of Louis Vuitton in luxury. Now, I would say it's sort of widely agreed that Louis Vuitton is in the top 3 of luxury brands. Who are the top 3? I'm talking Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton. I think a lot of reasons as to why people regard these 3 as the top 3 are due to investment value of the bags, but also heritage and, you know, things like that. All 3 of these brands have done price increases over the last few years. We will never really know the main reason why, but I think there's a combination of materials going up in price, though that is a very small part of that price increase, and I think the rest of it is this level of exclusivity for the brand. They don't want it to maybe be as accessible as it was, but even with the price increases, Louis Vuitton has always been the one that is the most approachable. A lot of people's first bags starting out in luxury fashion are Louis Vuitton bags. The Neverfull, the Speedy, the Alma, you know, they used to have a really great roster of classic Louis Vuitton bags that were under £1,000, $1,000, right? So a lot of people's first introduction to luxury was and is, to a certain extent, Louis Vuitton. Across luxury brands, I think our personal perception and valuations of each brand really comes into play. For example, I wouldn't buy a £4,000 bag from Louis Vuitton, but I would from Chanel. Whereas I wouldn't buy a £7,000 bag from Chanel, but I would from Hermes. We've all got these personal limits on how much you value the brand based on pricing of items. Louis Vuitton, out of all of them, has a huge product offering. If you go on their website, there are hundreds and hundreds of bags you can choose from. You know, 100 SLGs, all of this. But I really think Louis Vuitton bags can be categorised into one of 3 sections. You have got the accessible icons. So that is, I'm talking your Neverfull, your Alma, your Speedy. Those 3 are the ones that really come to mind. Like I said, these were the ones that used to be under that 1,000 mark. They were the no-brainers. If you're starting out in luxury, these are the ones that are gonna, you know, stand by you and all of that, and really good choices. The second category I've got is just sort of every other bag. So this is where I'm putting in the Dauphine bag, the twist, the side trunk, the on the go, everything that is outside of the first and the third category. And the third category is the Capucine. This is the jewel, or what they're trying to sort of push as the jewel in Louis Vuitton's crown. It has a separate section on the website dedicated to it. It's not just a list of all the bags. It's like, oh, this is why the Capucine is so fabulous, and this is how it's made, and blah, blah, blah. It is almost their Birkin. And this bag is only available in leathers or exotic leathers. There is no canvas option for this bag. And up until not that long ago, I really felt like if you were on the Louis Vuitton website and you were looking for a bag, the majority of the regardless of what other variation they came in, there would always be a coated canvas version. And it's really not like that anymore. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Okay, now I want to talk about Louis Vuitton's canvas history. So, coated canvas is, I don't want to say that they invented it because I actually don't have any actual confirmation that they did create this, but they were one of the first fashion houses to use coated canvas not in the prints that we know of today, in 1854. Then in 1888, it came in damier, in that lovely little checkerboard print that we know and love. Then in 1902, we saw it in the monogram. And coated canvas was actually used because back when the main and only thing really that they were producing is trunks for, you know, long haul ship travel really, it was a very durable material. And it still is to this day. I stand by the fact that you can run over a Louis Vuitton Never Full in coated canvas and that thing is going to look absolutely fine after. It is such a core part of the Louis Vuitton brand. For a lot of people, if you say Louis Vuitton, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And if they have more than 2 brain cells to rub together, then they will always keep this a part of the brand. Now, obviously, coated canvas is cheaper to make and cheaper to make bags out of than leather. And thus, they can only charge a certain amount for coated canvas. So let's take a little look at the Alma BB, right? And I want to look at the pricing compared to all of the leather options as well. So here we are on the US site, $1,760 for the Alma BB in monogram coated canvas, right? Okay, let's now say, and I just want to check, these should be the same price, damier ebene, $1,760, yes. Now, if we have a look at epi leather, right, there are 3 other types of leather here. Epi, vernis, and empreinte, right? We will get to that. So, epi leather, which I actually think, if you're going to get a leather bag from Louis Vuitton, is the most beautiful one to choose, but that's just me. So actually, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that jump is crazy. We're going to get back to it. So it's about $200 difference, about £140 between the coated canvas and the first level of leather, right? Vernis, right, that sort of patent look, $2,230. Now we've gotten a bigger jump, right? Then, finally, the empreinte, $2,500. So almost $1,000 more than its canvas counterpart. Going back to the price differences there, I don't know if they're being strategic with this, but like I said, the price difference between canvas and epi isn't too crazy. And is that maybe to incentivize the customer who might be sitting there going, oh, you know, it's let's say £140 to go for a leather version. Should I just do that? Because leather is seen to be a premium fabric, right? It's like, oh, well, okay, fine. I may as well just go for the leather one. Maybe that's why they've priced those so closely together. I don't know, just a theory. Now, what is undeniable is the fact that Louis Vuitton have been focusing a lot on leather in recent years. Like I said, you mainly have those 3 types of leather, the epi, the vernis, the empreinte. Empreinte is my least favourite. Actually, I'm not a fan. But you will see other types of leathers sort of here and there on different bags, and like I said, they also do exotics when it comes to the capucine and some of the petit mal. Not that long ago, they discontinued the favorite. Here's a little picture to jog your memory. They then decided to reissue this bag, slightly different sort of tweaks, but they didn't release it in coated canvas. It was only available in 2 types of leather, two empreintes, really. Interesting move, because the favorite was like one of the very popular, I would put it in the same category as like the pochette accessoire, one of those little sort of mini bags, SLGs, that had a little bit of a cult following. It was a beloved bag in the coated canvas, so I think that it was a sly move to only release it in leather. If we also look at the bag section on the website, there are 6 bags that are highlighted. So these are the ones that you think they are really pushing for, the ones that, I mean, they clearly want you to see first and consider first before you scroll down to look at the others. The Capucine, the Twist, the Coussin, the Dauphine, the Petit Mal, and then you've got exotic leather bags as well. Now, out of these, let's say it's 6 categories, out of these 6 categories, only 2 of these bags come in coated canvas, right? The Capucine does not, the Twist does not, the Coussin does not, the Dauphine does. But if you look at the price point of this bag anyway, it might be for various factors, the fact that there's a chain or, you know, just the construction of it. This goes for a higher price point than those accessible icons I was talking to you about earlier. The petit mal also comes in coated canvas. However, it's a trunk, it's like a little trunk. The construction of it is much more expensive and it's $5,700. Again, this is a bag that they already know that they can charge a lot for. If it comes in coated canvas, fine. I mean, this is actually the same price as this version of it, which is in lambskin, right? So leather. So that is the same price as its little leather friend over here. In conclusion, I don't think they will ever get rid of canvas. And I think that they would be stupid if they would never. It's too much of an iconic part of the brand. It's too much of an integral part of the brand for them to let go. What I do think is that they are being strategic in which bags come in coated canvas, and they are definitely pushing towards more people buying leather goods. I even was made aware, I don't know of the exact numbers, but I was told that the commission of Louis Vuitton employees towards coated canvas goods is very low, and they are much more incentivized in the percentage of commission they get to push those leather goods. So we're really seeing it from both sides. We're seeing it in the bags that they're highlighting, the bags that the sales associates are maybe going to show you or want to push. I also think that it needs to be considered that Louis Vuitton coated canvas and the damier ebene, the damier azure, the monogram, is so widely faked, but this has been done for years, which makes me think that it's not just an issue of, oh, you know, they want to cut down on fakes or whatever now, because this has been happening for forever. So I really don't think that really has very much to do with it. I think that they are trying to make themselves a bit more exclusive, to play with the Chanels and the Hermes a little bit more. I've also seen a lot of people complain that a lot of the canvas pieces on the site are either in low stock or out of stock. Maybe they are controlling stock so that there's just limited numbers of it around. Again, there's less people carrying it. It gives a little bit more of the exclusivity. If we look at the new in section on the website, right, new season, straight off the bat, Pochette Matisse East-West in a coated canvas. Coated canvas is not going away. I mean, we're seeing it all here. Are they pushing this My Lock Me Chain bag in leather, the Pochette Coussin, all of that, the carry-all? All of these do come in leather, but they are not going to get rid of coated canvas. At the end of the day, with all these big brands, they just want to make as much money as possible, right? So I think that what they might be doing is making coated canvas, because they know it's a beloved style. There are people who are only ever interested in coated canvas and would never look at any of the leather versions, right? But only making it available for more expensive styles that they're already charging more for anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I think for the less expensive bag styles, the Almas, the Neverfulls and whatever, they're going to push more leather, and for those high price point bags anyway, they don't care, because I mean, half of them, if you look at the petit mal, it's the same price as a leather one. So I don't think we've got anything to worry about. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.